Good morning. This is our plant layout midterm project. My name is Alex Gray. This is Kenneth Bertiel and Benjamin Cantrell. So we chose the National Pen Company, and they were founded in 1966 by Tom Ligiori and Paul Stable. They have branches with the headquarters being in San Diego, also in Mexico, Ireland, France, the UK, and Shelbyville, Tennessee. They manufacture mostly pens, but also other promotional products. We chose the line from Shelbyville, and we just show the plant layout and all the pen assembly and the design.
Okay, so this is the original design or drawing that we got from National Pen itself. It is the unaltered version, and it looks very messy for what we were doing. It has all the emergency lights, water lines, and all that. But we only needed the production line, so instead of altering the drawing, we decided to just dim the layers that we didn't need to show only the machinery and the actual layout of the floor. So that was what we ended up doing, keeping the original drawing from National Pen itself. So, I guess added benefit. Here is a zoomed in version of the production line. It just shows each of the machines, where they're located, they're labeled. So over here are the inker machines, spring winders, cyclone machines, the silkscreen machines, the conveyor belt system, storage area, and it just shows the detailed drawing of it. And the parts and machines that are used in this process, they have spring wire, ink reservoirs that actually fit into the pen. They hold the ink in place. Pen barrels, that's just the outer part of the pen itself. Clips, caps, and then the actual tip of the pen that you use to write. So that's the parts that are used. The machinery they use for the spring wire, they have two different types. The Able spring is a German machine that's used for the more specialty pens, which it's adjustable, so it'll change depending on what type of wire they need. The spring winder machine is a more standard, it doesn't change, so they use that for the more mass-produced generic pens. They use the same spring. The inker machine is the machine that squirts the ink into the pen and puts the tip on. The assembly and cyclone is what actually puts the entire pen together. It attaches the spring to the ink reservoir, puts it all in the barrel, puts that all together. And then the clipper puts the clip on, capper puts the cap on, and then it uses a conveyor belt system.
So here's the flow of parts throughout the plant. We start here where we receive all the new parts, and then they go straight into the storage area here. And then they'll travel up to a delay where they sit on a pallet waiting to get loaded into the Able or spring wire machines. Then they move on to the inkers, and then they go to another delay where they're stored temporarily to get loaded into the cyclone machines. And then from there, they get onto the conveyor belt, and they're placed into a box, and then they travel up here to the silk screen machines where they get things printed on them if anyone has any custom art that they want on the pens. And then they'll go into the clipper and then the capper, and then they go out to get wrapped, so the boxes get wrapped for the pens, and then they go off to shipping. And then here was the improvements that we made to the flow. We decided to move receiving over here so the parts can go straight into storage instead of getting in the way of this production line here and having to travel further over to storage. Also, we don't have to double back later to get to the machines. We also moved the Inker machines and the spring wire machines from here to here, and we switched with these more custom machines for more specialty pens. This ensures that the flow is just continuous and there's no double backing throughout the plant.
Okay, so this is just a overview of the process chart that we ended up making for this production line. It just gives a step-by-step of every single process that is used during the making of these pens. It also outlines if it's a storage, a delay, inspection, operation, transport, and it'll be clearly labeled there. We have a few notes here and there that just help to clarify what exactly is going on, and yeah.
With the process sheet, I broke it up into 3 major categories: the spring, the ink, and then what happens to the pen after it's been assembled. Starting at the spring, we would have the 2 types, cutting and coiling it, then the inking, and then what happens after this pen gets off the cyclone, gets the capping, the foil on it, and then the clipping, and then just calculating cycle times from there.
Here's the flow diagram. This just shows how the parts travel through the plant, and there are certain symbols that signify different processes. So this triangle is storage, arrows are transportation, this D shape is a delay, and then these squares with circles in them are a combination of operation and inspection. And then here we have receiving and shipping.
The accomplishments, we were able to learn a lot about the routing sheets and process charts and how flow diagrams are used in more depth compared to how we have been. We have a better understanding of production lines and how to improve efficiency even by just changing one step, as we had done. Well, we changed a few other ones as well. We all assisted one another. We couldn't really just one-hand it. I know for sure I couldn't really do anything past the routing sheet without having information on the process chart and so on and so forth. And we also got to learn how pens are manufactured, and that even some of us in the room have one as well from here.
Yeah.
We did face a little bit of a problem forming an actual group at the beginning, but that was just an error on our part of not really knowing how to communicate with other people within the classroom. But we were able to figure it out, and we're glad to be able to form this group and work together to accomplish our goal to get it done. The information was a bit difficult to comprehend. If I could have, I would have been there, but it's not exactly where Ben was able to go see it in the past.
Yeah, it's
but
about 2 hours away.
yeah, finding time was also a difficult thing. Most of us are working, studying and whatnot, but we were able to still make opportunity, and using Google Drive, we were able to keep our information up to date and confirm through text messages and phone calls, hey, there's this update and whatnot. If we were to continue working on the production line, then the next step would be to be able to talk to the company and explain what ideas for improving the production line to them. If they agree, we could implement those changes. They have also other ideas of their own that we can build off of, but for now it's more or less just a proposition to start off with. Each of us gained a better understanding of how to use different systems that would normally be used in everyday work, especially when the assembly line is coming in or moving out. I know for sure that this has helped me with my internship to be able to understand how to actually adjust assembly lines and improve efficiency by also seeing how National Pen has done their process and improved slowly but surely. And even though they have been successful for many years, we could already tell an easy way to improve, and just showing there's always room for improvement.
And the fact that they're constantly improving how they run their production lines by adding robotics and, you know, new machinery, updated conveyor systems, it really helps to show what results can be made.
The acknowledgements, National Pen, the acknowledgements go to National Pen and Christopher Cantrell for allowing us to use this production line in our project. Dr. Ferdon for teaching us all we needed to know for the project and assisting us when we had issues with groups. Tennessee Tech Library for helping us meet, have our conferences, and provide information with one another. And Google Drive for being able to share our documentation and all our research that we had gotten and done. The references, again, Christopher Cantrell, the manufacturing book that we have for facilities and design, and then National Pen's website, www.pens.com.